Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is not about the Apple TV you already know. This is about the next generation, Apple TV 4K 2026, that is currently under development and already creating massive hype inside the tech industry. Apple has been silent, but leaks, supply chain hints, and code references are slowly revealing what is coming next. And what we are about to discuss today is not a small upgrade. This looks like Apple's biggest TV platform evolution ever. So make sure you watch till the end, because some of these features can completely change how your living room works. The upcoming Apple TV 4K 2026 is expected to move away from the traditional idea of a streaming box. Apple is reportedly building it as a home entertainment and gaming powerhouse, powered by a next-generation Apple Silicon chip. Leaks suggest that Apple is testing a version with a custom A17 Pro-based architecture, optimized for sustained performance, AI tasks, and console-level graphics. This means Apple TV 4K 2026 will no longer be limited to casual gaming. It is being designed to run visually demanding titles, cloud games, and high frame rate content without overheating. Insiders say Apple wants this device to be powerful enough to replace a gaming console for most households. One of the biggest leaked upgrades is the new display engine. Apple is reportedly developing a next-gen video processing system that supports 4K at 120 Hz, advanced HDR mapping, Dolby Vision improvements, and real-time frame interpolation. This means sports, gaming, and action movies will look smoother than ever. Motion blur will be reduced. Colors will feel deeper. Black levels will look more cinematic. This could make Apple TV 4K 2026 the most powerful media player on the market. Another major change coming is AI-powered content discovery. According to internal software leaks, Apple is testing a system that learns your watching habits and recommends shows and movies with extreme accuracy. Instead of scrolling endlessly, your Apple TV will know what you want to watch before you even search. Siri is also expected to become much smarter. It will understand natural conversations and give intelligent suggestions. This means your TV will finally feel truly smart. The remote is also rumored to receive a full redesign. Leaks suggest a USB-C charging port, haptic feedback, gesture support, and even a small touch surface for precision control. Apple is trying to make the remote feel more like an extension of your hand, rather than a basic controller. One of the most exciting leaks is about console-grade gaming support. Developers are already testing AAA-style games running natively on Apple TV hardware. With A17 Pro-level graphics, Apple TV 4K 2026 could support ray trace lighting, dynamic shadows, and realistic textures. This is why many insiders now believe Apple is preparing to challenge traditional gaming consoles. Another huge leak is about cloud gaming integration. Apple is reportedly working on official support for major cloud gaming platforms, allowing you to stream high-end games directly to your TV. This means no expensive consoles, no discs, no updates. Just click and play. The new Apple TV is also expected to become the central hub for Apple's smart home ecosystem. With Matter support and deeper HomeKit integration, you will be able to control your entire home from your television. Lights, cameras, locks, and thermostats will appear directly on your screen. FaceTime is also rumored to get a massive upgrade. Apple may introduce multi-camera support using iPhones and iPads as wireless cameras for group calls on the TV. This will turn your living room into a video calling studio. Storage options are expected to increase as well. Leaks suggest models starting from 128 GB and going up to 512 GB, allowing you to download games, apps, and media without worrying about space. As for the release window, supply chain reports point to a late 2026 launch, most likely during Apple's fall event. Pricing is expected to start slightly higher than the current model, but still far cheaper than a gaming console. The reason Apple TV 4K 2026 is creating so much hype is not just because it is powerful, but because it represents a shift in how people will use their television. For years, your TV has been a screen. Now Apple is turning it into a platform. This device is not meant to sit quietly under your TV. It is meant to become the heart of your home. When people hear that a small box can replace their gaming console, their streaming device, their smart home hub, and their video calling system, they begin to realize how big this upgrade really is. The biggest benefit is simplicity. Instead of switching between devices, cables, remotes, and menus, everything happens in one place. Movies, games, calls, home controls, fitness, music, all controlled by one Apple TV. Another powerful benefit is longevity. Apple does not build devices for 1 year. They build platforms that last. With a next-gen chip, future-ready software, and deep ecosystem integration, Apple TV 4K 2026 is designed to stay fast and relevant for many years. This means no slowdowns, no outdated apps, no fast replacements. People are also excited because Apple is finally bringing console-level gaming into the living room without the complexity of traditional consoles. You will not need expensive hardware. You will not need discs. You will not need large updates. Just turn on your TV and play. For families, this device becomes a shared experience hub. For gamers, it becomes a new playground. For movie lovers, it becomes a cinema. For smart home users, it becomes a control center. This is why Apple TV 4K 2026 is not being seen as a normal upgrade. It is being seen as a new category. And that is where the real hype comes from. Because when Apple enters a category seriously, they do not follow trends. They redefine them. About the Apple TV 4K 2026 launch date. Right now, Apple hasn't officially announced an Apple TV 4K 2026 release date yet, but multiple reputable industry sources are pointing to a 2026 launch window rather than 2025 earlier. Rumors that it might debut in late 2025 didn't materialize, and those plans appear to have shifted. Analysts and supply chain insiders now believe Apple may be preparing to show the new Apple TV in early to mid-2026, possibly as soon as spring 2026, with production ramping up around that time. This timing makes sense because Apple tends to push major hardware upgrades to coincide with other software and service updates, especially now that features like Apple Intelligence and deeper smart home integration are being tested on TVOs. While Apple hasn't confirmed anything, the lack of a late 2025 launch combined with repeated reporting that the refresh is still coming suggests we're very likely to see the official announcement in 2026. What we know or expect about the price. Apple has not revealed official pricing for the 2026 Apple TV 4K, but industry analysts have made educated guesses based on past models, expected hardware upgrades, and competitive pressures. The current Apple TV 4K model historically started at around $129 in the United States when it launched, with higher storage options costing more. For the 2026 model, there are two main price expectations circulating. One line of thought is that Apple may offer the new model at a similar or slightly higher price than the current Apple TV 4K, especially if it includes a more powerful chip like the A17 Pro and additional hardware upgrades. Another prediction from some analysts is that Apple might try to keep the base model around entry-level pricing, something like roughly $99, $129, while a more premium Pro level Apple TV 4K with advanced features could land in the higher range above $149. Because Apple typically offers multiple storage and connectivity configurations, the final price could vary depending on which model is chosen. But the general expectation is that Apple will aim to balance competitive pricing with the value of significant upgrades. Apple TV 4K 2026 is not just another upgrade. It is Apple's vision of the future living room. A future where your TV is no longer just a screen, but a powerful entertainment hub, a gaming console, a smart home controller, and a communication center. The leaks may still be rumors, but the direction is clear. Apple is not trying to compete. Apple is trying to redefine. So the real question is not when Apple TV 4K 2026 is coming. The real question is, are we ready for what it is about to become? If you enjoyed this video, Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. More exclusive tech leaks and future devices are coming soon. See you in the next one.